Greetings everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. In this video we will begin to our new topic, parabola. Parabola is basically a U-shaped curve with certain specific properties. Formally, a parabola is defined as follows. For a given point called the focus and a given line not through the focus called the directrix, here, a parabola is the locus of points such that the distance to the focus equals the distance to the directrix. Here, this point from here, A, if this is A, this is also equals to A. So the vertex is where the parabola makes its sharpest turn. It's halfway between the focus and directrix, okay? It's a common error to call any U-shaped curve as a parabola. A parabola must satisfy the conditions as I said in the beginning, and a parabola always has a quadratic equation. Don't forget that. For example, here, let's say it is y is equal to ax squared plus b. It has to be something like this. It has to be a quadratic equation. This x squared term, the x squared term causes it to be in the shape of a parabola, okay? So we simply could say that these the parabolas are the graphs of quadratic equations. So we said the vertex is where the parabola makes its sharpest turn, right? Here it's in this graph it's here, and then in this graph it's here. And if the coefficient of the x squared term is positive, which is a here, if this a is positive, the vertex will be the lowest point on the graph. So as you can see here, a is greater than 0, so vertex points, these vertex points will be the lowest point on this graph. And if the coefficient of the x squared term is negative, then the vertex will be the highest point on the graph. As you can see here, the vertex point is on the highest point on this graph. Let's continue with the vertex formula. You will need this formula a lot in this topic. And here, as you can see, this parabola intersects this line at 2 points, right? It's x1 and x2. So these x1 and x2, they are the roots of our quadratic equation, okay? So here we have these are our vertex points. It's h and k. So this point we call this as h, and this h is the middle of these 2 points, these 2 roots, okay? And when you put h in the equation, you will get the value of k. So the standard equation of parabola is like the standard formula of quadratic equation, which is y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, right? But the equation for a parabola can also be written in vertex form, which is equal to y is equal to ax minus h squared plus k. Okay, you can also write like this. So in this equation, the vertex of the parabola is the point h and k. So how do we find this h and k? H is equal to minus b over 2a. Why? As you can remember from our quadratic equations videos, minus b over a, what was this? This was the sum of the roots, right? The formula for the sum of the roots. So we said that this h is equal to, this h is the middle of these 2 roots. So that's why we also divide this formula by 2 to get point h, okay, which is equal to minus b over 2a. So to find k, you just simply put this value in your equation. So k is equal to fh. So instead of x, we put h and we will find k. Let's continue with this example. Here we have y is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 5, and vertex formula is asked. So here, what was the formula for h? H is equal to minus b over 2a, right? So from here we will get, what's our b? It's minus 6, minus times minus, it will be positive 6 over 2a, a is equal to 1, so it's over 2, which is equal to 3. So how do I find k? I will just put these 3 instead of x here. So our k is equal to f3, which is equal to 3 square minus 6 times 3 plus 5, and it's 9 minus 18, it's minus 9 plus 5, it's minus 4. So our vertex formula, our vertex points are 3 and minus 4. If I want to draw my graph, it's something like this. Let's say this is our h, which is equal to 3, and this is our k, which is equal to minus 4. Okay, so here is your vertex point. Okay, it's 3 and minus 4, and your parabola would be something like this. Sorry, I couldn't make it very well, but it's something like this. So here this means, as you can see, our value of a is positive, right? So this means that our vertex point has the lowest value of k. So here this minus 4 is the lowest value of k. It cannot be lower than that. So this is the solution for our example. Let's continue with another example. Here we have fx is equal to 3x squared minus 6x plus 1. So what is the vertex formula and what is the axis of symmetry? So let's start with the vertex formula. How do we find this? Let's start with h. h is equal to minus b over 2a, right? So here minus b is minus 6, minus times minus, it will be plus. It's 6 over 2a, a is 3 here, so 2 times 3, it's equal to 6. And from here we will find our h point as 1. So after that, we will find the value of k. So how do you do that? Instead of x here, we will put 1. So it's equal to f h. And this is equal to f1. And when we put 1 instead of x, it's 3 times 1 minus 6 times 1 plus 1, which is equal to 3 minus 6, it's minus 3 plus 1, it's minus 2. So our vertex point is, it's h and k, which is equal to 1 and minus 2, right? It will be something like this. This is our h, and this will be our k, right? So this will be our vertex points. When I draw this parabola, let's say it's something like this, okay? So this will be our graph, our parabola. So what is axis of symmetry? The only other consideration regarding the vertex is the axis of symmetry. If you look at a parabola here, for example, you will notice that you could draw a vertical line right through the vertex, and it would split the parabola into 2 mirrored parts, as you can see here, because I couldn't draw very well, but it's like when you put something here, okay, it could draw a vertical line. When you draw a vertical line right through the vertex, it would split the parabola into 2 mirrored parts, right? So if you are asked for the axis, write down the line x is equal to h, this point. So this point, okay, this point is your axis of symmetry, where h is just the x coordinate of the vertex. Right here is the x coordinate of the vertex. So in our example, it will be x is equal to 1. So this will be axis of symmetry point here. Let's look at this example. Here we have the greatest value of fx is equal to minus 2x squared minus 4x plus m is equal to 8. Find m. So you will see these terms a lot. It will say the greatest value of this parabola, the lowest value of this parabola. When they say the greatest value, the lowest value, it means that they're talking about the value of k. Okay, don't forget, they are talking about the value of k. So in this question, first we need to find the vertex formula, and after that we will be able to find the value of m by using the value of k. Okay, so let's start. First, what was the vertex formula? It's hk. So here h is equal to minus b over 2a, right? So minus b, it is minus 4, and it will become plus 4 over 2a. It's minus over 2a. 2a is minus 2. It's minus 4, which is equal to minus 1. So k is equal to fh, right? Which is equal to f minus 1, and this is equal to 8. This is given here. So to find f minus 1, I will just put the value minus 1 instead of x here, and then I will be able to find the value of m. So our graph will be something will be like this. For example, our h point, it's minus 1, right? So our k, it's 8. Here it's 8, and this is our vertex point. As you can see, our parabola goes like this, something like this. Why? Because the value of a here, it's negative. So it means that our value, our k has the highest value on this parabola. Okay, don't forget this. So let's continue with this. We will just put minus 1 instead of x, and we will be able to find the value of m. So let's do that. F minus 1 is equal to minus 2. Here it's minus 2 times x squared. I will put minus 1. It will be 1 minus 4x. So it is 4x. It will be plus 4 minus m, which is equal to 8, right? Let me check it one more time. We put minus 2 times, instead of x, I put minus 1. Minus 1 squared is 1, and then here minus 1 times minus 4, it's plus 4, plus m is equal to 8. So from here we will get, this is plus 2 plus m. When I put the other side, m will be equal to 6. So this is the way you need to follow to get to the right answer in this kind of questions. Okay, so let's continue with finding intercepts. So depending on how high the parabola is located on the y-axis, an equation may have 0, 1 or 2 x-intercepts, but it will always have one y-intercept. So we said that quadratic equations form a parabola when graphed, right? So you have to have a quadratic equation in order to have a parabola. And when you look for your, if you have 1 or 2 or 0 x-intercept, you need to check your value of discriminants, right? You will, as you can remember from our quadratic equation videos, discriminant formula is b squared minus 4ac. So we will look at this value, and after that you can say if it has 2 or 1 or 0 x-intercept. So that when delta discriminant is greater than 0, it means this equation has 2 real solutions. It also means that it has 2 x-intercepts. As you can see here, you have 2 x-intercepts. When discriminant is equal to 0, it means this equation has only one real solution. It also means that it has only one x-intercept, okay, and they are equal to each other, where the parabola just touches the x-axis. It just touches the x-axis, and it has only one x-intercept. Don't forget it. And then when discriminant is less than 0, it means there is no real solutions. It will not intersect x, but it can intersect only y. Okay, let's look at this example. Here we have find the intercepts of y is equal to 3x squared plus x minus 2. So first we will look at our value of discriminant, and after that we will see if we have how many x-intercepts we have, and after that we will find y-intercept and x-intercepts. So let's do that. Our discriminant value is equal to b squared minus 4ac, right? So this is equal to b, it's 1 minus 4 times is 3 times c, it's minus 2. So from here we found 25 our discriminant value. So which is greater than 0, which means it has two x-intercepts. Okay, so first start with our y-intercept. To find y-intercept, we write 0 instead of here. We write 0 instead of x, and we will be able to find our y-intercept. So let's do that. Y is equal to 3 times 0 to the power of 0 square plus 0 minus 2. Here will be 0, and y will be equal to minus 2. So this is our y-intercept. When I write in a point notation, it is written as like this. Okay, this is our y-intercept. To find x-intercepts, it's same thing, but now instead of y, I write 0. Okay, to find x-intercepts. So it will be 3x squared plus x minus 2, which is equal to 0. So I think I can factor this quadratic equation. It is 3x and x minus 2 plus 1. It's 3x minus 2x, which gives us plus x. This is true. So it is 3x minus 2, x plus 1, which is equal to 0. So we will make them equal to 0. It's 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. 3x is equal to 2, and x is equal to 2 over 3. This is our first x-intercept, and then x plus 1 is equal to 0, x equal to minus 1. This is our second intercept. So the x-intercepts are at the points minus 1 and 0 and 2 over 3 and 0. Okay, so this is how you need to solve this kind of questions. This is the way you need to follow to get the right answer.